Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on a trend that needs to stay within gaming because, no, man, a lot of the times, developers come out with video games. They don't overall care what the fans want. And they're like, hey, we're going to release a game with a popular title. And we're just going to leave it at that. And that's why a lot of times games fall victims to the trend I'm going to be talking about, review bombing. Now, what is review bombing? Review bombing is pretty much when a game comes out, they make promises that the, game doesn't live up to. And then, eventually when the game, after some time of it sitting on shelves, people start giving it bad ratings. Because why? They come out with some stuff in the game that nobody asked for. Whether it's a difficulty thing, whether it's levels, whether it's the characters, whether it's something in the game that people don't like. And I'm saying, like, throughout the years, I have seen people talk on a lot of different things with a lot of different video games, and a lot of people are making valid points. And you would think that the developers would listen to that, and they're like, no, we're just gonna release the same thing next year. And then that's why their games end up getting review bombed. And so here's the thing, because I just talked about this with a Grand Theft Auto 6 video I just recorded, and it will be uploaded onto my main channel. And they're worried, I guess, overall, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to fall victim to review bombs. And my thing is this: if you come out with a game and but no. Here's the thing. Let me actually backtrack on that. If you listen to the audience, then come out with the video game, and don't just listen and then not take in any of the information that we're talking about. No, actually, because I should have said that. I should have said that in the Grand Theft Auto 6 video. But you have to listen to what we say and take in that information. We're not trying to ask for you to well, at the same time, it's like, if there's changes with the game that we didn't ask for, it's like, fam, how can you look at us and then think like we're just going to accept whatever it is that you're coming out with? Like, no, we're not going to accept that. To me, it just doesn't even make any sense, where it's like, okay, we overall, this ain't no different than a restaurant. If we ask for whatever item that's on the menu, fam, that's what we want. We don't want something like it or similar to it. We want that item. So it's like, if people want sports in Grand Theft Auto, fam, add sports. If they want more missions, add more missions. If they want more things to do, have it where it is overall a simulator of real life, because that's what a lot of people be asking for games, or at least for Grand Theft Auto. And that's why when you look at people, when they came out with the role-playing servers, it's like, how come you guys wasn't doing that? How come it has to be the fans that got to take it upon themselves? So pretty much, if we go back to this restaurant example, I got to go in the kitchen and make my own food? That doesn't even make any sense to me. Why would I even, if that's the case, I would have just stayed home. And overall saying, it's like, if that was the case, I guess putting this back in video game terms, I wouldn't even buy your guys' game. I'd just develop my own video game. But see, here's the thing though. I don't want to do that. That's why I go out to eat. So overall, with Grand Theft Auto, I'm expecting you guys to make a game that's going to live up for what I want in a Grand Theft Auto game. But if you can't do that, then fam, don't be surprised if it's me, along with millions of other people, that's going to give your guys' game a bad rating. Now, I think currently right now, I believe Grand Theft Auto 5, it has good ratings, but let me just overall check real quick. Grand Theft Auto 5 view page. Yeah, it's at a very positive rating. Even the recent reviews, it's at a very positive. And so it's like, overall, yeah, it's like you guys are on a good track with that. You guys was on an amazing track with whatchamacallit, Grand Theft Auto 4. But yeah, with Grand Theft Auto 6, it's like, fam, it has to be better than every Grand Theft Auto game that you guys have released. It has to be better than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Vice City, Vice Cities, Liberty Cities, What else? Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories. That's at no, cause no, Liberty Cities was 3. All right, never mind on that Liberty Cities. But anyways, San Andreas, like it has to be better than every Grand Theft Auto game you guys have released. It has to be better than the role playing servers. It has to be the Michael Jordan of Grand Theft Auto games. But it cannot be a downgrade. It definitely can't be a downgrade of 5. If anything, it has to be exactly like how 4 was, because 4 was solid. In my opinion, between Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5, 4 was a lot better, because there was a lot more details in that game compared to 5. Not saying that 5 was a bad game, but all I'm saying is that 4, it just had a lot going on. Now, yes, multiplayer didn't really have a whole lot going on, but if they have like the story stuff with 4 and then the multiplayer stuff and some with 5, if they and add that in Grand Theft Auto 6, there's no way possible that this game can be bad. And then it's like, but yeah, just like have those 2 games and some. And I guarantee and I promise you, Grand Theft Auto 6 will not be a bad game. But it's like, if you guys come out with the bare minimum, but you're expecting us to pay the full price of a video game, which is going to most likely end up being $69.99, and then if some special editions come out, it's going to most likely be a little bit more. Fam, we're not going to be with that. We ain't going to support that. And that's why games be getting review bombs. If you look, I wonder what's like some of the, well, you know what? Actually, one game that I had mentioned in the video was the video game The Day Before. Now, with that video game, for those that don't know too much about that game, so it was originally supposed to be, if you guys have seen me play the video game The Division 1 and 2, that's what that game was supposed to be, but with zombies. At some point in time, they decided we're going to switch it to where it's an extraction shooter with zombies, and just have it where overall, like, the game is just whack. Like, it ain't gonna be a good game. And when that game did come out, because I was all for it, I thought that's what I was gonna be getting myself into. And then at the last minute, they decided, oh, well, we're gonna have it where it's an extraction shooter. Who asked for that? Who asked for it to be an extraction shooter? I don't think not one single person asked if that game was going to be an extraction shooter, or could they add some. My thing is this, if you guys have, if it would have been just like how The Division was, like, yeah, you guys might have, you know, faced some copyright stuff, but look at that game, Pal World. If you don't, I guess, copy The Division word for word, bar for bar, and everything else, then yeah, then you wouldn't have to worry about no lawsuits from Ubisoft. But if they would have made it in the same fashion as The Division, where it has its PvE elements, and it has its PvP elements, fam, there could have been nothing wrong with that game. That game would have, I probably would have been playing that game currently right now instead of making a podcast episode. That's how much, like, I was hyped for that game. I thought this was about to be, because I always wanted to play a game that was in the same fashion of a Walking Dead simulator. Now, I know that there's games like DayZ that exist, but that game, it's it's outdated, you know? It's like, if they come out with a DayZ 2 and then have, like, just, you know, some more, because it's us on top of that, it's supposed to be, like, this online-only game, and I was thinking, like, that's what, The Day Before was gonna be. It was going to be an offline game, and they did say it was going to have like some offline elements, but yeah, at the last second, they just decided to make it into some crap, and I'm like, fam, and the thing was this, they delayed that game, I think like 2 or 3 times, and then one of the delays I remember was because they wanted to transfer it from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, and it's like, fam, just release the game. We don't care what development software it's out on. If it's on Unreal Engine 4, then okay, come out with an update, then put it on Unreal Engine 5, but release the game, bro. And then yeah, then they released it and it bombed, and it wasn't a good game, and that's why a lot of people, that game, it went from the most wish list game on Steam to the most overwhelmingly negative rated game on Steam. And I'm saying, if you come out with a game and you make promises that you cannot keep, fam, you cannot be surprised if people are not going to like that game, especially if we're paying money for that game. Now, if the game would have been free, there probably wouldn't have been as many bad reviews. But it's like, since you're charging us for that game, it's like, how much was they charging us? I think that game was like $50, I believe. What was the price for The Day Before? There's so it's now confirmed that the day before will be arriving as an early access project that costs $39, and then the price will increase to $49 when it eventually leaves early access. And so yeah, you're charging $30 to $40 or $40 to $50 for this game, and then you're not giving us the game that we wanted. That's like, okay, so let me just put you guys in the restaurant scenario. You ask for a cheese pizza, just a basic cheese pizza, right? They come out with just the dough, and they're like, oh well, we thought that's what you guys would have liked. I wanted a cheese pizza. What do you mean I would have only wanted dough? Who asked for that? I know I didn't ask for it. I know everybody else at this table didn't ask for it. Why would somebody want that? Just give me a cheese pizza, bro. Oh, well, pretty much we can't, live up to making you guys a cheese pizza, so we're just going to close down the restaurant. That's exactly what the day before did. So, yeah, the game overall wasn't good. Developers, I guess, didn't like the fact that we didn't like the game, so they shut down. I think they shut down both the publishing company and the development company, and it's like, if you guys would have just came out with the game that y'all was talking about for like the past 2 years, we wouldn't have review bombed the game. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you guys come out with some stuff that nobody didn't ask for, that's what's gonna happen. And then when you look at video games, let's just look at some like overwhelmingly positive video games on Steam. Let's just hold on for a second. Let me see user reviews. I don't even know what this game is, but it's called Holocure Save the Fans. It's an overwhelmingly positive game. Sinrin Banka, another overwhelmingly positive. I've never even heard of these games. What are these games, bro? I ain't never heard of none of these games. Okay, Portal 2. You got it where this game, in my opinion, it's a really solid game. It's got like a little bit of a learning curve with it, but it's a pretty solid game. But Portal 2, it's this like puzzle game, and they got it where you're opening up one portal to go through another portal, and so yeah, they'll have it where it's like you gotta like have shoot the like portal across a wall, and then but it's like you also have to like make sure it like lines up perfectly with another wall so you can shoot a portal through that wall. Like, it's a solid game. But the reason why that game got a overwhelmingly positive rating is because what people see in the trailer is what you're going to get in the game, and overall it's a fun game. Let's see some other games that they have on here that I've played. I wish they just had like a thing where it just showed you like, because I know there are some games that I know that I have that got like an overwhelmingly positive, but it's like I just can't remember which game it was and stuff. But overall though, oh yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, that was a pretty solid game. Oh yeah, Euro Truck Simulator 2, that's a solid game. Lethal Company, that's a solid game. But it's like, it's stuff BeamNG .drive, that's a solid game. And it's because it's like, the thing is this, and with BeamNG.drive, it's like, yeah, there might not be a whole lot of content with the game itself. I mean, but I guess like if you're sitting down, if you're playing it for a long period of time. But overall though, they do have it where you can add your own content in that game. Fam, I don't know. So there's this other game, and I like the fact that they did that. And I'm not saying that all companies got to do that, but I'm just saying I feel like that if you want your game to be good, maybe you should add like a modding system so people can just add in their own mods and their own stuff, so they ain't gotta worry on you guys. Like, they could just do it themselves, because it's like, that's overall. I feel like if Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't have the role playing servers and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know so much about Grand Theft Auto how it is on console, but on PC, oh yeah, top tier. It's probably one of the most played games on Steam and stuff. But anyways. But it's like, if they didn't have the role-playing servers and all that stuff, I know for a fact that game, it wouldn't be good. But I'm like, that's something that a lot of developers should add. And I'm like, I think if the day before would have probably had some stuff like that, where they added mods and stuff, yeah, it would have been a much more better game. But it's like, yeah, you didn't listen to people, and so that's why I'm like, the game ended up getting review bombed. So yeah, that's just my advice to developers out there. It's like, if you guys are going to come out with a game, you got to make sure that the game is good, but you also have to make sure that you listen to your audience. If you don't attract millions of people all over the world for your video game, you're going to have to listen to that audience, because I'm telling you right now, 1,000,000 people booing you is going to be a lot louder than 1,000,000 people cheering for you. So and I'm telling you, it's going to speak to you. I don't think people fully understand that. Like, talking to game developers, if you come out with a video game and it's not good, people are not going to be like, oh, well, I'll give the good game a rating. You know, the developers I've seen where people will get the game for free and still give the game a bad ratings. That's saying a lot right there. You're playing a game for free and you still give it bad ratings? That's saying a lot right there. You know, and then imagine a person that just spent money on the game and then let it be on some stuff where they unplayed the game for more than 2 hours. They unplayed the game or had to own the game for over 2 weeks. And then it's like you're not doing nothing that's good to the game. Imagine how they feel where they can't even get their money back. They're stuck with that game. I'm in multiple situations like that where I'm stuck with the game and I can't do nothing about it. So it's like I'm saying to the Grand Theft Auto developers, yeah, Rockstar, and then to any other developer out there, if you don't want your game to get review bombed, come out with a good game. Point blank, period. All right, so anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe viewing this on podcast streaming service. Thank you guys and peace.